This Shabbat, we read a double parsha, Behar-Behukotai, and I want to focus for a moment on Parshat Behar. You know, so many of the mitzvot in the Torah focus on the individual. And of course, when you have many individuals following the law, you end up with a community which is hopefully creating justice and increasing loving kindness and all of the things that we identify with the overall sense of the Torah's vision for what a community should look like. I think you really feel that especially, though, when you read the beginning of Parshat Behar, which will focus on two main institutions, the Shemitah year, that's the sabbatical, and the Yovel, the Jubilee. Without going into details in this video, I just want to encourage you to read Behar-Behukotai over the course of Shabbat and whenever you have a chance. But what I'd really like to emphasize is the idea that sometimes we want to make change person by person, individuals. You think about the thou shalt nots, don't murder. One individual should make sure not to do that. Don't steal. One individual should make sure not to do that. But the laws of the sabbatical and the laws of the Jubilee, they are so broad, and their impact on the land itself, that is the environment, and also on the economic system of the people in the land is so broad that it has to be seen as part of a system. It's not only individuals who are going to be letting the land lie fallow every 7 years, giving it time to rest, a Shabbat for the land itself, as it says in the Torah. Or the Jubilee year, where people will be able to reclaim their original ancestral rights to their part of the land. Each family should be able to have their own land and should not fall out of that ownership perpetually, because that would create a system where people are landless. As some people gain more and more land, others will never be able to reclaim their sense of a permanent home, a permanent spot for their family. The idea of a system is built into Behar, and it shows me that as much as we as individuals need to work for justice, the structures of a society are critical towards moving us towards a sense of justice, whether that's justice for the environment and how the environment impacts all of us as a society or as a world, whether that has to do with the economic system and how economic decisions on a very broad scale can have real implications of justice or injustice, depending on how we decide to structure our world, the way we decide to structure our communities and our society, and for us as Americans, the United States. Parshat Behar may not give us the specific laws that we as a community, that is to say, the American community, should follow, although the principles of justice in there point us in a direction of justice, the idea that we want to make sure that there is not long-term poverty. In these laws of the sabbatical and the Jubilee are ways to find our way towards a sense of sustainability, economic and environmental, for an entire community. Well, we're looking at over this Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.